This
Uh,
conference will now be recorded.
Thank you. Whoever started the recording, that's great. I forgot. Okay, so one last thing. I want to thank Kevin Guest, who worked with me a lot on this, and everyone else. So, Governor, are you in the room? Governor is not in the room, so I'm going to go ahead. Oh, wait a second. If Governor is going to be in the room and talk, I've got to make her microphone live. So let's do that.
She just joined. She's here.
She is here. Let me find her.
Good morning, Governor.
Good morning, Governor. You're on the air. Governor?
Mark, ilagay mo na yung camera.
Governor, are you ready to begin, please?
I'm just trying to click my camera. Let me call Mark a little bit.
Mario,
Mark, can you set up my camera, Mark?
Mario, do you want to remind
Mark,
everyone?
the camera is not here. Come on.
There's a lot of background noise.
Okay, no, you have to open me so they will see me.
Governor, we don't want to see you. Just start talking, please.
You open this camera. The camera.
This Governor Helen, they have it set up where nobody picture is on the screen. So
Okay.
Talking.
While we have a moment, just want to remind everyone that the chat room is open. If you have a comment or you have a question, Mario and I will be monitoring the chat room.
Thank you, Ken. Okay, so Governor is, I'm going to go ahead and we will move on here for just a little bit while the Governor is getting ready.
Good morning to everyone. I'm sorry my camera kind of not working right now, but I just wanted to welcome you all. And I am very happy really to welcome you all to our certified guiding lion training today. I hope that you will enjoy and have fun learning during our training. I would like to thank you all for your interest, commitment, motivations, and enthusiasms to become a certified guiding lions. I would like to express my thanks and appreciations to PDG, Mario Benavente, and Lion Cabin Guest, our GLT chair, for coordinating this training today. My also special thanks to all the Lions trainer for presenting as a team during our training. As our Lion leader, Helen Keller, believe that alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. We are all working as a service goals to serve the other people in need. This training is very important, very valuable, and timely since our District 4C4 is growing in memberships with 1,555 members, 14 new specialty club volunteer coordinators appointed by LCI International President Dr. Jang Yul Choi. As a result, we have 2 new specialty club and 3 more specialty club to be registered this month. Currently, we need more certified guiding lions to support, guide, and work with our new specialty club and other existing Lions Club that need support and guidance. So let us all work together with compassion, advocacy, diversity, empowerment, and excellence. And thank you very much, and God bless to everyone. Back to our PDG, Mario Benavente, and Lion Cabin guests. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. At this time, I would like, well, at this time, I'd also like to thank a couple of people. One, District Governor Helen Casaclang for asking me to put this on. I'd also like to thank Allison Wilson, the cabinet secretary, who gave me a lot of the materials, pointed me in the right direction, pointed me and Kevin in the right direction. And I'd like to thank, of course, Lion Kevin Guest for having helped to put this on. So let's move on to Lion Kevin, Kevin, can you open your microphone? Or actually, I'll do it for you. There you go.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I have the honor and privilege of introducing our presenters today, or this morning. Our presenters today will be District Governor Helen Casaclang, First Vice District Governor Fanny Chu, Second Vice District Governor Dr. June Valera, our endorsed candidate for International Director, PDG Ken Ibarra, our Cabinet Secretary, Margaret Lee, Mariah Tucker, happy birthday, Venetia Young, myself, and PDG Mario. So we're looking forward to having a very spirited presentation. We'd also want to remind everyone, we hope that you have done the reading and are prepared today, because we're basically going to be giving an overview. So we look forward to today's presentation, and thank you all for attending.
Okay, so as you'll notice on the slides, if you're following along in your workbook, you'll see that on the lower left-hand corner is the name of the person who's talking and presenting at the moment. Also, the workbook that is being referenced, and this is the digital version that was emailed to everyone, not the hard copy version that some of you may have received. Anyway, at this point, we'll talk about the objectives of the Certified Guiding Lions course. And of course, we want to help you understand your role as a guiding lion. We want to thank you, of course, for your wanting to become a guiding lion. The purpose, of course, is to help the clubs become stronger, either if they're newly chartered or whether they're a struggling club. The materials today will help you develop a plan to guide the club to become self-sufficient and strong. We're going to give you many tools and resources to help the club officers manage their clubs, and of course, a system to track development over the course of your term. If the governor elects to appoint you as a guiding lion, your term will be for 2 years. And generally, 2 guiding lions are appointed to each club. If you complete the course today and pass the test questions on the exam, you will be certified for 3 years. We must note, however, that to be a guiding lion of a club, you do not have to be certified. Kevin?
So thank you. We're going to quickly go through the 6 elements of club success. One is the club members have conducted service projects that are meaningful to them. 2, the club has achieved a net growth in membership and involves new members in activities quickly. 3, the club communicates effectively with the members and the public. 4, club events are held regularly and meaningful and positive. 5, club officers participate in zone and district leadership training. 6, the club's in good standing and reports regularly. Now, the key to this is really going to be, Mario and I talked about this, and as someone who's actually been part of a charter club, along with Lion Eleanor and Bill, and also Lion Mariah, the thing about starting a club from the inside out and being, especially for Mariah and I, kind of new, it's really important that we stress your commitment and follow through. Once assigned as a guiding lion, even though there is a term limit, as far as I'm concerned, you'll always be a guiding lion. You will hopefully always be available to support and guide this new club and its members along this lion's journey. So we really want to emphasize that once you make this commitment, our hope and expectation is that you will make that commitment long term and really dive into being able to provide the support to have these lions learn what it is to be a lion, and that they're prepared to take on the task at hand in the ways of supporting their community and also Lions Clubs International. Mario?
Thank you, Kevin. I noticed that one new person arrived. Good morning, Lion Doris. I'm still missing Lion Callie and Lion Peter. If you're in the room, please send us a chat on the box on the right. And that reminds me, again, any comments that you wish to make, any questions you wish to send, please use the chat box on the right side of your screen. Okay, so anyway, the course organization is on your screen, and you can see that we're going to be going over the skills of a successful guardian lion, getting off on a good start, how to become an information expert, developing a club officer mentor team, designing club officer training, assessing club needs, guiding lion resources, and of course, the facilitators who were already mentioned. In your workbooks, there were many exercises that were placed there for your use. The facilitators today may go over those exercises, or they may ask you to do those on your own. In either case, we hope that you will take advantage of all the resources that are being presented today by LCI and by your GLT team to make your experience as a guiding lion that much better. So having said that, I'm going to move on to Lion Kevin.
So the course materials for today's workshop, I'm not going to read each of them individually because once again, we have the understanding that you have actually read the material and are prepared for this morning. But I will review the titles. So we're talking about club officer tools, club quality tools, club membership and project planning, participant guiding lion tools, and I just want to speak briefly on that. So one of the things that Mario and I did was we went through a lot of the information that's available, not only in the guidelines training handbook, but also on the LCI site. I really want to stress the importance and encourage you to take a look at the ebooks. You can really use them as a guide and template to support your new club and its members. And also the Lions Learning Center. There are literally presentations online that are interactive that you can utilize. And I think it's kind of fun. So instead of just being stuck reading, it encourages you have to click on, and I think it will keep you engaged. And there's some really quality information that they've got up on site. If you have any questions about how to access that, Mario and I will be available. You can ask us in the chat room. Mario?
Thank you, Kevin. Okay, so I'm going to ask the presenters at this point to be ready to present when their term comes up. Oh, actually, I still have to explain the certification process. So today we're going to be going through the course. We'll ask you to complete the course materials. You'll complete the test and the verification form. And then I'm going to send those to me, scan them, and send them to me at mxbdds@aol.com. And then I will send those to International, the Guiding Lions Department, and they will be sending out you a certificate of achievement. Finally, if you get appointed as a guiding lion, there will be you will be the guiding lion for 2 years, and so if you complete that successfully and turn in all the reports, you will be eligible for a Presidential Certified Guiding Lion Award. However, more important than any awards or certificates are the opportunity to help an established or new club become stronger. We thank you for taking part in this exercise. And with that, we're going to move on to Lion Margaret. Lion Margaret Lee of the San Francisco Chinatown Lions Club, who also happens to be the cabinet treasurer. Lion Margaret, the microphone is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Mario Benavente. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Guiding Lions workshop. Today, for section 1, participants will be able to review lists of essentials and apply the knowledge learned to their Guiding Lion assignments. No matter a Guiding Lion is helping a new or an existing club, she needs to display her proficiencies and qualities at all times. Regarding the strengths to serve as a guiding lion, what do you have so far? In the workbook, we do have a writing assignment as a pre-assessment exercise. Please take 1 minute to list 3 of your characteristics that you feel that you already have. And which one do you feel that you would like to develop further that we will do later? Okay, so now please take 1 minute, just write down 3 qualities or 3 characteristics that you have. Okay, so you will have 1 minute to do that. And later, I would like to ask 2 participants within the group this morning to share with us. Okay, so let's begin.
Margaret, tell me when you want to go to the next slide, please.
Okay, thank you. Okay, at this moment, we would like to ask 2 volunteers to share 1 to 3 characteristics that he/she feels that he/she has already possessed. So do I hear a volunteer?
Well, I'll unmute everybody.
Somebody, Dr. Mario, could you just list 1 characteristics that you feel that you have already possessed?
Hello, good morning. This is Sherman King, Lion Sherman.
Okay.
I think one of the you need to have is a willing to help people.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. How about you? We have another participant in the group. How about Lion Maya? I know you're in the group. And could you list 1 of the characteristics you feel that you have already possessed?
Who did you ask, Lion Margaret?
Oh, hi, Lion Peter. I was asking Lion Mariah.
Because you were breaking up, sorry.
Oh, okay. Thank you for stating that. Well, since I hear Peter, so Peter, what about you? You have, could you share with us 1 of the characteristics that you have already possessed as that you can use in your guiding lion assignment?
I am patient.
Yes, that's. Thank you. Okay, so that is the pre-assessment that we have. So everybody has quality and a lot of strength to be brought to the club. Okay, so now we turn to our list provided by our Lions Club International. Okay, so please turn to your workbook, page 5. Okay. Okay, please turn to your workbook on page 5. Here on pages 5 and 6, we do have a list of the skills of a successful guiding lion. Let's go over them and see what you have so far. And if not, then it's not too late to learn. Okay, we are lifelong learner. Okay, so let's go to the first one. All right, it says motivator. Okay, as you know, the having positive attitude is great and it's infectious. So when you feel positive, when you are feeling motivated, it will spread to the whole group. So as the guiding lion is very important. Okay, so we need to inspire them even further by helping them realize the responsibilities, benefits, and satisfaction that come from Lions members. Okay, so with your appearance in the group, the club will follow. Okay, and they will see your enthusiasm and zest. Next one, another skill is training. Okay, the title that we have is called Guiding Lions. So we are trainers. Okay, and we need to go in and share what we have, and we will bring in mentors. Okay, and as a trainer, we have to guide not only the officers, but we will guide the members as well, because there are projects to do, reports to be done and submitted. Okay. The third one on the list on page 5 is we need to display our communication skills. Okay. Good communication skills will improve your effectiveness. We're talking about written and verbal. Okay. And some people simply love public speaking. So do so. Demonstrate what you know, and then the others will follow. And very often now, we do have to submit our reports through emailing. Okay. And one new thing, as we have demonstrated today, okay, that is the using the internet. Okay. Using Zoom, GoToMeeting, constant contact. These are the skills that we need to learn. Okay. The next one is being observant. An observer is being an observer is very important. Okay. While you are trying to nurture the club, recognize that each member will have different skills and abilities and experience. So we have to recognize their strengths and weaknesses, or called areas of improvement needed, by being observant, and encourage the officers to be observant as well. Okay, so we will motivate everyone. Okay, planning and setting goals are very important. Help the group work together to define and set measurable goals and action plans to define the definite goals. Okay, so we need to know where we're heading. Okay, we have to know what we're doing. We need to set the goal. We need to have an action plan with timeline and resources, of course, with the listing the people who are involved. Okay, it's a team. We have to build a team. Everybody's involved. Everybody's important. Okay, so we are great administrators. We're managers and we're coaches. Okay, so on page 6, we have others. Okay, we have other essentials, so please refer to that. Okay, so here we have a list being advisors, liaisons. We need to be enthusiastic. Okay, and we need to present like what we're doing today. And we mentioned about the computer skills. Okay, that's very important. And we need to be listeners. Okay, so on here we have gone over the list of essentials, and there are more, and we can refer to them within our workbook. So on page 7, there is a portion at the bottom part, okay? And it's a space for us to write down how a guiding lion can improve her skills, okay? So you can write down one or more skills that you would like to develop in the future, okay? So in closing, okay, this morning participants had the opportunity to do a pre-test, okay, about what they have to bring to the new club, okay? And we have gone through the list provided by our Lions Club International. And here I would like to say, learning is lifelong. We as leaders are to change and continue developing our skills, regardless hard or soft skills. Okay, and we need to go and empower them. Okay, referring to bottom of page 6, there is a very good quote. How do we measure success? The ultimate goal for a guiding lion is to make the club independent and self-reliant. The guiding lion is only successful when they're no longer needed by the club. So when you see that the club no longer needs us, guiding lions, that is a good sign. So go empower the club. Thank you, Dr. Mario, and to the group for spending time to have an update on elements of essentials as being a successful guiding lion.
Thank you, Lion Margaret. It is important to have many of these skills, as Lion Margaret has pointed out. We do want to be able to develop these skills in order to serve our clubs. And so please take a look at that list, see what you need to work on. If you're weak in an area, work on it. If you're strong in an area, use that strength to your advantage. Thank you, Lion Margaret. Now I'll call on Vice District Governor Fanny Chu of the San Francisco Chinatown Lions Club to lead us through the next part of the presentation.
Hello, my fellow Lions, my family members. So I think we are on to it says getting off to a good start. I think we're already on a good start, wouldn't you say? And look at the next sentence. The key word is becoming an information expert. Out of all the different skills that Lion Margaret had mentioned earlier, it's very important that one of the skills is also to be an information expert. Next slide. Now I see. Okay, I was wondering where this slide came, it's going to be inserted. So here are your members. This slide is actually coming from PDG, endorsed candidate, Lion Ken. And it's called, and I think from now on, we should adopt that. A lot of the times we're only thinking of president and secretary, and the most we add on would be the membership chair, the treasurer and so on. But now we have to, from now on, we have to remember the magnificent seven. You can see it's the president, the vice president, secretary, treasurer, there's the membership chair, there's the service chair, and also there's the marketing communication chair. Okay, so please remember that, take a picture of it, and it will be always on your cell phone to remind yourself. Next slide, please. Okay, so here I believe it is on on your page 8. The beginning of the getting to a good start, and the second part of it, you will see that it says Leadership Resource Center, and one of the very important resource center is the Lion Learning Center. Now here we are. We're talking about tools. So I want to, as an instructor in other courses, I have always asked my student, and they reflected back to me that it worked very well, was to do a digital library on your own cell phone. That means that the tools that we're talking about throughout today, try to capture the link and put it into your file. You will have a file of you as the guiding lion. And then these things will, the learning center, how to get to it is very important. You may know all the tools, but how to get to it is the other step. So I will leave on how to get to all these in a different slide. Next, please. Next slide. Okay, so this is also that how do you get to, I think that earlier in the beginning, Lion Kevin guest had also mentioned about, I think that you all have all the resources before. I don't know how many resources you've looked into, but certainly the e-books on all the officers training about the club presidents and treasurer and secretary and so on. So you need to have a resource link right there so that when you are guiding Lion, your club, and then each of these lions are coming to you and say, oh, I need this help. Where do I get the resources? And you as a guiding lion will have all those resources on you. Okay, so, and those resources are also on the Learning Center course catalog. And I will show you a slide later on to see the visual portion of it. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, here are the exercises on your page. I think it's on your page 9. Okay, so I see how effective Lion Margaret did the exercise, but due to time pressure, I'm not going to go into it. So I will challenge you, don't just shelf it off. Lions, please go back and look through all the materials and try to do this, okay? Because you will find that in the real life, these lions are out there, the president, the secretary, remember now, I would, on page 9, instead of all this, I would add on, please remember to add on the Magnificent 7 and prepare yourself the 3 most important things, because, and you can use this as a brainstorming technique or question to work with your officer training. Next slide. This is the second part of it, continuing on the questions. Next slide, please. Okay, here we are. I think this is on your page 10, if I'm correct, if you're following. Yes. Oh, this is so great. I want to thank Mario and Kevin. See on the slide, on the other side of it, you can see page 10. That would be for all of us to follow along with your guidebook. Okay, so the district and multiple district training resources. Here we are. We talk about tools and we talk about resources. Here is where you will start gathering all your links and try to bookmark them so that it will be at fingertip easy for you to resource to later on. So you can see that there are different levels. Okay, so there are from the district. So let's talk a little bit about the district and zone training first. So as you know, annually there are district officer training offered by the district, and it's usually the first one is usually soon after the May convention. So look out for the dates. And I think the other resources that's very good is our Lion thread is very good. We saw how effective communication tool it is, that you can see all the event upcoming and you can click into it and see all the details and the dates too. The second thing offered by the district is the tech workshop, and we're still trying to improve that and see what the needs are. The third is all the online resources we mentioned about the ebooks and so on and so forth. So that's the district and zone training. And I just want to mention one other thing is that the resources are continually being renewed. Add new ones on. So please don't just stick with whatever that you got the information today. The world is evolving. There will be a lot of huge resources coming your way, especially in the membership portion of it. So please include those. Okay, now into the MD4 training. I will also show you slides later on, the different levels of from the MD4 to LCI and so on. So here we are. Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, starting from here, you don't see it, but I just want to show you, and then you should try yourself and you know, put the links onto your website, onto your iPad, onto your cell phone. And these are very important links because you're going to refer to them all the time. You know that we have on the you know, both the mobile portion and also on the computer portion of it. Whatever ones that you are using, please try to have different options there, okay, so that you'll be as versatile as you can be. The foundation of it, of course, is our lionsclub.org, as you can see from the site there. Then what you need to look at, this is when you pull up first, you will see that. And then you will see on the right at the second, the circle, little circle with the search, like the magnifying glass, that is a very key thing for you to use, because anything that you cannot find, that's like a Google search. You click onto that and you type it in and it will locate you. And what I find is that sometimes when you cannot find it on the Lion website, Lion Club website, just Google it. You'll be amazed that you will find the information too. Next slide. So this is the MD4 site. They have since renamed it. You see California Lions Club, because it's also to the public also. So just want to show you what it looks like now. And then MD4 has a lot of training resources too. Next slide. See, another resource is the Lion University. The Lion University is, if you go, many of you have gone to the USA Canada Forum once a year. If you have not, I would encourage you to go. This year is in September. Hopefully everything will be okay, and it will be in Kentucky, Louisville. And if you join if you go to at least once since 2014, you'll be eligible to sign on for free courses in the Lion University, year-round training. Next slide, please. See, this is an example. They have the BA, MA, and doctorate courses. And you can notice this is the BA course, and you can see from the title of it, you can see there is club president, secretary, there's a lot of things, board members. There's a lot of material there. And I am strongly, and they are free. So I would strongly encourage you to do that. If you don't know how to, contact me, and I will guide you through it. Next slide. So let's go back to the Lion Learning Center now. Okay, so you go to the LCI site, you will go to the Resource Center, and then you will click onto the Lion Learning Center. Remember the first slide that we have, the second slide that we have. So it says that there will be some changes starting 2020. So I'm just cautioning you we are in a world of changes. So there will be new things coming up. There will be changes. We just have to embrace and learn new skills and then go along with it. It will be there, and help is around you. Next slide. So this is, again, a switch back on the MD4. You will see that on the right side, Leadership Institutes. That's another training thing, and I think many of you have taken advantage of that. So this is the schedule this year, and then, but it will be changing, like it will be evolving for the upcoming ones too. And to the left, you will see that list crook, and then under there is the resources. This is live links. So when you click into it, that's another way that you can also click into Lion's Learning Center, if you see that, right? Okay, next slide, please. So there at the Lion Learning Center, you will see the online training that we have talked about for the different offices and so on and so forth. And this is how you get to it. And you just live click, just one click will bring you onto it. Next slide, please. Actually, that was all that I have. So thank you very much. I'm always available for any further help you need. Thank you.
That was perfect. Thank you, Lion Margaret.
No, I'm Lion Fanny.
Oh, Lion Fanny, I'm sorry. Thank you, Lion Fanny. A lot of resources there. Go to the Lions Learning Center. On the materials that we sent you, when you open them up, you'll see that some of the links are blue. You can actually click on those links, and that will take you to the appropriate page. In this case, there was a little bit of confusion in getting to the Lions Learning Center, and maybe at the end of this program, we can actually take it. I'll actually open up the page and show you exactly what that looks like. But thank you, Lion Fanny, for your presentation there. Okay, at this time, I'm going to ask Lion Mariah Tucker of the Bay Area Special Olympics Lions Club to do the presentation on resources for effective club operations. Lion Mariah.
Good morning, everyone. Lion Fanny covered a lot of stuff, so it's a lot of this goes hand in hand with everything else. So I will be looking at the chat a lot more when we get to the exercises, just so you know, be ready over there, everyone. So next slide. As most of you know, this is the standard club structure. We've all seen it multiple times. We know for our own clubs how we use the club structure, and we know who's on our board. I know that International makes it optional for a line tamer, tail twister, safety officer. I know most of our clubs use all of them anyway. However, it's important to know when you're looking at helping a new club form, we look at how many people can we get involved to be anchors for our clubs. And what is important, because the International suggests that your immediate past president is your LCIF coordinator in a charter club, we know that that isn't a person that we have yet. So that's someone that you might want to getting more information if you are not an LCIF coordinator and have not been one, looking at our district LCIF coordinator, Lion Amy Fink, to help figure out a good person to start your club off with that person. Next slide. Standard club constitution and bylaws. On LCIF, you can get a standard outline and also a standard complete document on this. I know some of our clubs have definitely changed them, and I know a lot of clubs stick to the original, what's kind of given from LCIF. For my own club, Bay Area Special Olympics, the way ours read is very clear that we took what was standard, but we added in little things such as we focus on the special needs community. Specialty clubs, I think it's more important that they tweak it a little bit more, but I also believe that every club needs to make all of this their own, and sitting down with all charter members and getting an idea of what they think is important in their coming club is how these documents really get solidified and make them personal, and so that every member can own their club. Next slide. Club officer ebook. I know when you go to district trainings, all of the trainers refer to these books all the time. Personally, on my personal desktop computer, as well as my iPad that I take to all of our meetings, I have all of the ebooks bookmarked so I can quickly grab them. When I was a charter president, I made it a point of downloading and printing that book and having a physical copy. I know not everyone needs the physical paper. It's a lot of paper. That's a lot of ink. But sometimes having it tangible in your hand makes you refer to it more and makes you use it more. I admit I am not an online class person, and I don't necessarily love to read everything on a computer screen. So that's why you have to know and let people know that not only are they there for their resources and they can be got, anyone can get to them, but it's okay to print them. And I know that's weird. I'm a millennial, I'm a early millennial, so I get it. But all of these books have all the information that you could think you need. But I think it's also important when talking to club members and charter members that are coming in that just because this is the way it's written, the little things such as club secretary, your monthly membership reports, service chair, your service reports, those things are have-tos, but there's a lot of things that I think it's important that even though the book may say one thing, it's your role, and making sure that these new lions understand that they can make it their own is more important than trying to get them to do everything by the book. None of us do everything by the book anyway. I'm going to pause really quick. If I'm going too fast, just let me know. I'm a fast talker. Next slide. These programs are great, and you can order them from LCI. And again, it's a way to help figure out from day one, how can we take this idea of a club that we've put on paper and put it into the world? I've heard from PDG Ken multiple times on how many times he gathered everyone at his house when they were chartering, such as like Basso. And I know Lion Kevin went to a lot of meetings for Peninsula Vets before they became a chartered club. And this is all this, that's what all these books are for. If you are really hoping to be a guiding lion, I suggest ordering them today as soon as this is over, so you have them, so that you know them front to back for yourselves. Next slide.
Yes, in fact, they should have these already in the digital version, what was sent out to them. So yes, everyone has it.
Okay.
If you want the official printed copy, you can get that from LCI.
Yes. Like I said, I'm so much more on the tangible, having it in my hand, than just having it online. So I'm all about ordering it. All right. So I'm going to start with just the idea of club excellence, as I think this is something that all of our clubs, whether they're new, whether they're 100 years old, think of every year. What do we need to do to keep ourselves on that list? And so the Club Excellence Award is focused around clubs achieving specific accomplishments tied to all four ideas of LCI: service, communication, operations, leadership development. And we should always be focused on these three zones, keeping clubs moving towards achieving club excellence, even though at the same time, I'm someone who doesn't think we should always just be like, oh, it's for the award. It's purely, the idea is so that the brand new club, old club, whatever you're looking at, are constantly growing. They're not stuck. They're maintaining membership. They're growing membership. They're in the community. They're working towards being the best they can be, along with the actual activities they're doing, the reporting, and working not only as a club, but communicating with the district and international. Next slide. Now, new members and charter night. These are things that are, I think some people don't think about in the very beginning. I'm going to tell you that the new member orientation guide, I think, should be part of even new membership packets. I know there used to be a little one. I haven't seen it in a while, but even as someone who grew up around the organization, when I was a charter member and I got the new member orientation guide, it was really interesting. So take a look at it, only because there's information in there that I think a lot of us Lions don't realize. One of my favorite little things that was in my new member guide was the fact that even though all of our Lions banners forever, it seems like, have been purple and gold, no, they tried to go back to the blue and gold, but the purple was a misprint, and it was said in that book. And until then, I didn't know that, and I don't know how many others knew that. So if you haven't taken a look at it, take a look at it. It has some little fun things in there just to make you think, and it might be something you want to share even with your current membership. Now, celebrating the new, oh, thank you, Venetia. Yes, I think it's a great thing to give at member orientation as well. Celebrating the new charter night planning. Planning a charter night can be difficult, or you can make it as simple as you want to make it. Yes, there's some part of being formal, and you want to make sure you hit all of the important things from your, master of ceremonies, as well as making sure that all of your officers that will be taking part in the club are there that night, and even having someone come and do a keynote be a keynote speaker is just as important. Next slide. If everyone in your work, if you're looking at your workbooks, we're on page 12, which is exercise 4. And I'm going to pause for just a second and ask you to do that exercise in the chat if you'd like, with 1 or 2 of your responses. Exercise 4, if you could, at least a couple of you give me one. It's what were the top 3 items you feel are useful to promoting an excellent club management? Even if that's something in your own club, what do you look for in your president or secretary? I think are personally the 2 high management types of things. Anyone? Mario, maybe if we can unmute. I don't.
Oh, yes, sure. Absolutely.
So
And
does.
we got a couple of comments that came in. Actually,
There
one
we
from.
go. Oh, I'm just starting to see them. Thank you, Mario. So I see PDG Lydia. Do you want to expand on your thought of information and knowledge ability?
Information, I think it's very important that when you're organizing or you're there with the new club, to make sure they get all the information they need to be successful. And listen to them, make sure you have open communication. Because a lot of times that's where loose clubs, is we don't listen to what they want to do. We try to do what we want them to do. So it's very important for information, listen to what they have to say, and follow through with that. And this is another way you can also show your knowledge and your skills and things that you know, because they will ask a lot of questions and follow up for things, and we have to make sure we're knowledgeable. And if we don't know the answer, we don't need to make up answers. We need to say, I'll get back to you on that, and go to the resource that we need to make sure the information we're providing is valid and something that will be beneficial to the club.
Lydia. And I see Lion August, you put on here that you just had taken a look at the new member orientation guide. Random question for you. Do you think this would have been helpful when you actually became a Lion at first, if you had been given that? Thank you.
You said absolutely.
Yep. Okay, thank you, Mario. We can go back to mute.
Okay. Oh, I guess I got to give you the microphone, though. Hang on a second. Got to find you. Sorry, Mariah. Hang on.
I'm unmuted.
Okay, you unmuted yourself. Great. Thank you.
If we could go to the next slide. So I know that going online to my LCI is extremely important, and I'm hoping that you all know how to get onto your LCI pages as well as my Lion. Even though I know there have been some problems on both of these in the past, I think for the most part they've been ironed out for a little while. So I didn't want to take too much time and actually go to those pages, as we're all already online and we don't need to do all that confusion sometimes. But if you haven't spent time on My LCI or even on My Lion, I encourage all of you to go there and literally just play around with all of the buttons, see what everything really does, as even though there might be district trainings to train specific positions, you're going to want to make sure that all of your charter members, especially your charter board, know how to get on to these things and move forward. I will tell you, when I was a charter member, my guiding lion never even told any of us that there were reports we had to do as a club. And 6 months into being a club, we had phone calls and emails that were very mean, I will say, as college students, from our district secretary saying, where are your reports? What is going on? And we had no clue what she was talking about, as our guiding lion kind of chartered the club and disappeared. And I know that's not what we do. We show up for all of us. So it's very important. I also do believe that it's really helpful to print rosters and make sure everyone in the club has them, whether they're on the board or not. It's nice to get to know everyone. I know in our own club, we also make sure that birthdays, anniversaries, everything are on those rosters so that we can all celebrate together. So, next slide. These are very important things. So, registering for access to My LCI, the first time you go on, can be complicated. If you have never done that, and still to this day, there are several of us out in this district that would be happy to help you. I am one of them. You will need your Lions ID number and an email address. Reporting and managing club officers is all in that on your LCI, and managing your club membership roster is on your My LCI. My Lion is really where we go to do service reports and see what other service is happening in our own district, close to us, throughout the world. I know you can go on and personally follow different districts, different clubs, different people, and see what they're doing. Are there any questions about My LCI or My Lion that you're unsure of? Or is there anyone out there that would like more information on how to actually use these things? Just pop up in the comments and we'll go from there. And with that, I think, PDG Mario, I'm done if there's no big questions.
Thank you, Lion Mariah. That's great going over these resources that are available. My Lion, My LCI, Lions Learning Center, all these pages are available if you go to myapps.lionsclubs.org. That is the main login page. From there, you can access all of these pages and others. So, and I agree with you. I do prefer, I did print out the workbook because you can write on paper. The thing I like about the ebooks, Lion Mariah, is that they do have those clickable links. And so if they refer to something and you're on the digital page, you can click on the link and it'll take you right to the appropriate page. But I understand what you're saying. I like having the printed page as well.
Yeah, the links are important, so having them digitally does, and like I said, I save all of them, but I do like to hold them and be able to write on them and make notes.
And I see that Lion August just said the same thing I just said, which is, yes, myapps.lionsclubs.org. That is the perfect place to go. And thank you, Lion August, for great minds think alike. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so we're going to be calling on the district governor from the South San Francisco Golden Gate Lions Club, your district governor and mine, Lion Helen Casaclang, to talk to us about developing a club officer mentor team. One thing that should be stated, and which the governor already brought to my attention, is that the biggest asset that you can bring as a guiding lion is your commitment to serving your club. And so again, commitment is the number one thing. If you're taking this course, if you're taking the Guiding Lion course, you get that certificate, that's great. But really, we want your commitment to say that if the governor calls on you, that you'll take on a club and show them the ropes if need be. And that's what we're asking you to do. You're getting all the resources you need to do that. District Governor Helen, are you on the line? Oh, wait, I gotta release you from mute. Just 1 second. I'm sorry. I gotta find you. I should do that ahead of time. There you are.
Hello.
You're on the
Thank you. My topic for today is about Section 3, develop a club officer mentor team. This is my favorite topic, and thank you, PDG Mario. So it is very important to develop club officer mentor team because it expands the support for the club by establishing a club officer mentor team to ensure the club has the support and guidance needed to be successful. The team members may include the following: 2 certified guiding lions. This will allow these 2 key leaders the ability to share the workload and expand the support. 1 guiding lion should try to attend each meeting and club event and be available for question. So commitment is really very important. You have to prioritize your club if you are the certified guiding lions. And we also have the club officer mentor. As a guiding lion, it is very important to match the officers with knowledgeable and experienced club officers from another club. Will provide very practical support, be aware of the latest tools and information. So these new clubs is very important that they will work and receive support from the other Lions Club that are more experienced. Next slide. Oh.
You want me to go back?
Go back, please. Okay. The district governor team. While district projects may not support the club's humanitarian missions, the new officers should be involved in the training and support provided by the district as soon as possible. At the district level, we have our GLT or Global Leadership Team, like PDG Mario and Lion Cabin Guest, and they schedule officers training at the district. So once it is available, make it a point as a guiding lion to help your clubs and officers to attend the district support training. We also have a team member, we call them the zone chairperson. It is important that the club officers be included in the training and events hosted by the zone chair. The club officer mentor training checklist also provide each club officer mentor with a mentor checklist, which include for each officer position. You will find the checklist on the next slide. Thank you. So we have a form, and this is in the exercise 6, and it says here, develop your club officer mentor team. You have to write down who are the qualified to serve on the following roles. At the district support, of course, we have our district governor, the district global leadership coordinators, district global membership coordinators, district global service coordinators, and we also have the membership coordinators, and we have the zone chair. So if you are able to get the form and list all in the form, your club officer mentor team, that would really be very helpful. And you also have to list all your club officer mentors. For the club president mentor, first vice president mentor, club secretary mentor, club treasurer mentor, club membership chairperson mentor, club service mentor, and club marketing communication chairperson mentor. We also have our club president mentor checklist, which is very important. In that checklist form, it lists the club presidents, some of their roles and responsibilities. So it's a training also for them, such as preside the meetings, implement action plans in membership growth, service, and community engagement, presides over the annual elections, ensure the club is operating in accordance with local laws, club, and international constitution and bylaws, be an active member of the district governor's advisory committee of the zone in which club is located. There are some resources for the club president mentor checklist. We have the club president webpage and the Lions Learning Center on the LCI website. We have a standard form club constitution and bylaws. We have the Lions Learning Center at the LCI, club officers training, club president's responsibilities. And we also have to provide the club president with link to Lions Club International, and when possible, go through the presentation in person, so they have a thorough understanding of the roles and responsibilities and sources of information. We also provide additional resources, sample agendas, and other materials that the club president may find helpful, and encourage the club president to visit club to see how other clubs are managed. And as a club secretary mentor, you also have checklist. So you have to indicate the club name, the club secretary name, and the informations. And there are some roles and responsibilities with full descriptions, and also with a standard form club constitution and bylaws. And there are some resources for the club secretary. We have the club secretary webpage and the Lions Learning Center on the LCI website. We have the standard form club constitution and bylaws, and it reviews the sections of the constitution and bylaws in detail, noting when the information might be applied. Then we also have the Lions Learning Center for club officers training and club secretary responsibilities. And we also have to provide the club secretary with a link to the Lions Club International, and when possible, go through the presentation in person so they have a thorough understanding of the roles and responsibilities and sources of informations. We also have the My LCI, review the task, specific help screens for their role as club secretary. We can also provide them additional resources, sample minutes, reports, and other materials that might be helpful. And encourage your club secretary to visit other clubs to see how other clubs are managed. And likewise,
Governor, I'm going to have to cut you off right here and ask our potential guiding lions to please look starting on page 28 for these checklists. They are available for you to look over. And Governor, I thank you for your presentation on the club officer mentor team. It is important that you help your club and its officers identify who their club mentors are. The cabinet officers, the district team is appointed by the governor each year, of course. It is up to you to help the club identify their mentors, and that is to pick out people who are experienced and who are going to help the club in forming their new club, not the least of which is you as the guiding lion. At this point, I'm going to ask that we just take a 2-minute break. It's 11:15 now. At 11:18, we'll come back and continue on with Past District Governor Ken Ibarra going over club officer training. So let's take a 2-minute break. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Is your mic on?
Hey, anybody else on, or we've all walked away? I just got my coffee.
We're on a break time, so giving you another minute.
Great presentation, well laid out. I have to learn from you, Mario. It's beautiful.
We're learning on the fly here, Allison. But it's kind of fun. Hopefully this is giving everyone a chance to go to the bathroom, get a cup of coffee, a donut, whatever. And
Donuts? You got donuts?
well, actually, no, I don't. But if you have a donut, you're welcome to go get it. Lion Ken, you're PDG Ken, you're on deck, so we'll be asking you to take over here in just a second.
I'm ready.
All righty. Let's give him one more minute. I hope this is working for everybody. It's and if not, please again feel free to put a chat in. Let me know what you're thinking. It is a work in progress, and so as we go, unfortunately, we had a dry run about a week ago or a few days ago, and found out that we just didn't know how to use it. And so that dry run was so helpful in learning how to do this live today. We made a lot of mistakes on the dry run that we eliminated for today's session. So anyway, hopefully you're all back. Give me a thumbs up or something if you can. But I'm going to go ahead and ask PDG Ken, our candidate for international director, someone who has devoted himself to training, has been on the MD4 leadership team, has presented at the USA Canada Forum on several occasions, I believe international convention, Lion Ken, correct me if I'm wrong, and his most important qualification of all, he is a member of the San Bruno Lions Club. Let's turn it over to Lion Ken.
Bruno, good morning, Lions, and a special welcome to our future certified guiding Lions. Check the screen. We're at section 4, developing club officer training. As PDG Mario stated, I've been involved with leadership development and
just
specifically.
Lion Ken, I'm not sure. Lion Ken, did the slide move forward? Okay, there you go. Now we're going. All right, go ahead.
Am I going to start over?
No. Go ahead. It might have just been my computer.
I was saying, I've been involved with leadership development and specifically the club officer training for the last 16 years. I realized in that time that there are many ways to perform training, and there are ongoing changes and challenges on what and who to train. I've also encouraged Lions to review the numerous resources available to better oneself as a Lion and club officer. And it's no mistake that we keep on, mentioning these resources. However, I just recently realized that this very certified guiding Lion program, along with the workbook, is probably one of the most helpful guides available to organizing and facilitating club officer training. So as you become a certified guiding Lion, I highly recommend you keep this workbook close by and refer to it often. Next slide. You're going to design a club officer training, and these are the sessions that are highly recommended. Session 1, getting started. 2, club operation. Session 3, hosting productive and meaningful club events. Session 4, the importance of recruitment and retention. And Session 5, planning for the future and achieving excellence. I will be presenting the first 3. Next, please. Training session 1, getting started. As we proceed through this session, you will be introduced to many important resources that are available online, and we've heard of many of them already. They cannot be overstated. They are truly very helpful. At the end of this session, the club officers will have a general understanding of our association and its history, the club operations and responsibilities, how to plan their charter celebration, and have already met with their support team. Next, please. The introduction to LCI, Lions Clubs International. This is the initial resource for this is the new member orientation guide. And I've already seen in the chat room that this orientation guide is even very helpful for many of us experienced Lions. This is somewhat of a crash course on the who and what of Lions Clubs International. You will briefly explain the organizational structure of Lions from international, national, multiple district, region, and zone. Next, please. The introduction to LCIF, Lions Clubs International Foundation. You will want to introduce the club officers to their foundation, the charity arm of our association, the many efforts and partners that together serve needs both locally and globally through humanitarian service. You will mention Campaign 100, the 3-year campaign to raise $300 million to increase our commitment to our humanitarian service. We're halfway there, as our district coordinator just mentioned to me. You will also want to fill the position of Club LCIF coordinator, not necessarily as someone that is going to know a lot about the foundation, but to be able to connect with the district LCIF coordinator and also pass on valuable information. Next, please. Understanding club responsibilities. If you study and use one resource, I recommend familiarizing every member with the standard club constitution and bylaws. It is the guide to how we operate as a club. It is roughly 30 pages of valuable information, including our purposes, code of ethics, vision and mission statements, our club organization with officer descriptions, committee descriptions, club and meeting administration, and membership and election guidelines. It is by far the go-to book and should be your first resource when questioning a club procedure or club officer duty. Next. Charter Night, or Charter Day, or Charter Celebration. This will be one of the new club's first projects, planning the Charter Night celebration. You will use the Charter Night planning guide for this special and memorable event. It may be challenging and overwhelming. As guiding Lion, you should encourage support and assistance from the sponsoring club and any other experienced Lions in the district. Next. This has been mentioned before, the initial meeting with the club officer mentor team. You as a guiding Lion may not know everything. You are committed, but you may not have the experience in all the facets of our association. So the guiding Lions will want to assess their own mentors and others in the district to seek those who are best suited and willing to mentor one of the club officers. You'll encourage a personal meeting or at least a phone conversation to connect. And better yet, make the initial introduction. Make yourself available. Use the mentor checklist that's been mentioned for each position on pages 28 to 33 in the workbook. Next. Key objectives of training session 1. So go to exercise number 7 on page 18 of the workbook. Training session 1 is an overview of LCI. Why is that important? What are 3 important objectives of the first training session? In the interest of time, I'm going to give you my 3. Effective orientation, 1. 2, understanding club responsibilities. And 3, understanding the club constitution and bylaws. After this this webinar, please go back and fill in a few more on your own. Let's go next. Training session 2, club operations. This session will review the key club leadership positions in the initial stages in finding and planning meaningful service projects. You will encourage the use of the club officer ebooks. Remind them of the standard club constitution as a valuable reference, and introduce best practices for financial transparency and also making it happen. At the end of this session, the club officers will understand their role, how to access information and tools that support their role, and how to initiate their first service project. Next. Club officer responsibilities. The club officer ebooks are very comprehensive in addressing the important roles of each club officer. These are ebooks for what are considered the most vital club officer positions: president, vice president, first vice president, club secretary, club treasurer, membership chairperson, club service chairperson, and club marketing communications chairperson. Briefly review the ebooks, preferably with an online presentation, in order to highlight the many links that connect to additional resources on the Lions website. This, along with meeting with their mentor, will be valuable in the ongoing development of each club officer. Next. Best practices for financial transparency. This is only a 4-page guide, but it's so valuable. It's valuable for the club officers and members to understand the financial responsibilities associated with their club operations, and allows for transparent information documentation. It's the first time I've seen this one. I thought it'd probably be 20 pages because financial stuff can be very, very boring. But really, it just hits the key points and is a quick read, but very, very valuable. Next. Planning service activities. This is why we're Lions clubs. This is why we belong to the association. Making It Happen resource provides a 5-step guide to identify meaningful service projects and developing an effective plan of action. I highly recommend this for all Lions that are here today, not just those that are going to be certified guiding Lions. It's a very good resource. Next. Key objectives of training session 2. Go to exercise number 8 on page 20 of the workbook. Training session 2 was focused on the roles and responsibilities of the club. Ask yourself, what are 3 important objectives of the second training session? I'll give you my 3 again. 1, understanding the club officers' roles. 2, understanding the club's financial procedures. And 3, identifying and planning service projects. Again, go back later after this webinar and fill in a few more of your own. Next. Training session 3, hosting productive and meaningful club events. This training focuses on hosting positive and productive meetings and events, as well as techniques for boosting attendance. Who wouldn't want that? It is a good idea to include the members of the club officer mentor team to share do's and don'ts. Planning, teamwork, and communication are keys to success. This training should take place as soon as possible so the strategies can be implemented. Next. Hosting productive and meaningful meetings. Just deciding when and where to meet can be one of the most challenging tasks for a new club. And as guiding Lion, you must stress flexibility and compromise. It is unlikely every member will be pleased with the club's decisions. However, if the majority of the club is available to meet on a certain day and time, it is worth trying the routine. The added concern is always whether a meal is part of the meeting, which will also include a cost. These are issues that must be discussed with an open mind and an understanding of the diversity of the membership. If you just force a schedule and a meeting place on the members, it will not be well received. It might be best to plan out the list of issues that the club will want to discuss, making sure to involve all members in some way. There may also be a list of guests who are integral in the decisions facing service projects. These will be important opportunities to schedule a meeting and might be easier to accept if all agree it is an important time to meet. The next step is to communicate well. Make sure the secretary or marketing communications chairperson have every club member's accurate contact information and establish a plan on how the club will communicate. Next. How to improve overall meetings. This is the well-known Your Club, Your Way resource. This guide will help the club customize the meeting to suit the members' needs and includes tips for program ideas, how to keep members interested, and how to manage the meeting successfully. A sample questionnaire and meeting planning forms are included in the guide. As a guiding lion, maybe you should read through this first. Maybe you ought to look at your own club. Is our club, interesting? Do we practice the sort of things that you're going to try to get this new club to do? Another resource is meeting management. This is an online course located in the Lions Learning Center, providing information for facilitating effective meetings and good meeting management. Next. Productive and meaningful meetings. What elements are key to a positive and productive meeting? How about planning? How about an agenda? What can be done to increase attendance? Personal calls? Member involvement? Why don't you now just sort of take a minute and jot down your experiences and what you've experienced with your club or other clubs that you visited. What clubs have fun? What clubs know what fun are? What clubs, are very organized? What clubs have great attendance? Why do you think they have a lot of participation? So following the initial training, the club officers should be encouraged to attend region or zone meetings and other district events for continued training and should stay in contact with their new club mentor for further guidance. The members will soon find out this vast family we call Lions. Thank you. And now I will pass it off to Lion Kevin Guess, who will take on the next two sections.
Actually, PDG Ken. PDG Ken, before you start, Lion Kevin, I'd just like to say that the purpose of this program is not so much to get into in depth into each question as to, for instance, how to use My Lion, how to use My LCI, or even, for instance, a question just came up from Lion Eleanor regarding the difference between the admin and charities accounts, the paying of taxes, and Attorney General reports. And so I'll put that to you, Lion Ken, if you care to comment on that. However, again, we don't want to get into too much detail. The purpose of our program today is simply to point out that these resources are available and where to find the answers. But Lion Ken would do me the favor of just commenting on the difference between the admin and charity accounts and taxes.
Well, they're as either you're going to have a a financial mentor or a former treasurer present to your club, or present at least to the club treasurer, how to set up the club's books. And the rule of thumb is that you need to have two separate accounts: administrative account and a charity account, or a general account. The administrative account takes care of all the funds that take care of the club and the members. This is where your dues will be deposited and paid out of. This is where club supplies will be handled. If you're going to be, purchasing equipment or things, these are the property of the club. The other account is your charity fund, or your general account. These are donations. These are the rule of thumb here, and something that I try to simply explain is that if this fund contains $1 from a non-lion or from the public, then it is a charity account. So this is the account that all of your donations go out. This is the account where the funds that come from your fundraisers, your public fundraisers. These are the accounts where you help deal with your service projects, because they are going outside of the club. But these are things that are going to need to be addressed by the Guiding Lion, and they're very important. Just like from the very beginning, you have to explain to these new members, these charter members, that there is a due structure, that they're going to have to accept the fact that you will have to pay club dues, district dues, state dues, and international dues every year. And they have to understand when they're going to have to be paid, and plus also how much they are. It's not much when compared to other service organizations or other organizations that they may belong to. But it is important that if they want to stay an active member, they do have to pay dues. I hope I answered the question, and I hope that it does get a lot of attention during the training sessions that the Guiding Lions provide.
Thank you, thank you, PDG Ken, and again, continued success on your campaign toward international director.
Thank you.
At this point, we're going to go ahead and call on my co-chair of the GLT, Lion Kevin Guess of the Peninsula Veterans Lions Club. He is the charter president of the Peninsula Veterans Club. He is a past global membership team chair. And so for this portion, we're making use of his expertise. So Lion Kevin, you have the microphone.
Thank you, PDG Mario. So good morning, everyone, again. So the first thing I want to point out is that literally everything that I was going to talk about has already been discussed by our previous trainers, which I think is a good thing. So I'll be condensing some of my comments, and so what, as I was thinking about really what I wanted to share with you, we'll just briefly discuss what the purpose of training session 4 will be, which is the importance of recruitment and retention. The section underscores the importance of continued club growth and provides an opportunity to check on the progress made by the club officer mentor team. Next slide, please, Mario. And really the most important piece of information that I think will not only support you as Guiding Lions, but also your members, is the club membership chairperson ebook. I did go through the Lions Guiding Lions workbook, and it is truly a great template for us as Guiding Lions to be able to utilize to show us where we want to go. But I think for the purposes of especially starting a new club with all these new members, if we flip that and we look at the club membership ebook, we actually can see and develop a plan based to the eyes of these new Lions and their viewpoint. So I think in that aspect, it's really going to help us support developing a plan to recruit new members. We'll be able to not only share the information individually to the sponsors, but also the group, while discussing what an induction ceremony looks like and how we make that a really significant event for the new member. Also, the new member and new member orientation book, the membership awards for Lions that are actively participating and supporting the club by bringing in new members, and also continuing to foster a culture of involvement and inclusion, especially for that new Lion that sits in the corner, because we all know that there's always a group that are A-type personalities, and there's always a group of Lions that may be a little quiet. And how do we as guiding Lions really support them in finding their voice and then exercising that voice? And I think the best way that we can do that, my theme pretty much anytime I've made a presentation is, yes, the information's available to us here, but this really boils down to fostering and cultivating relationships. And to that end, the membership chairperson ebook will allow us to create a membership plan that utilizes the training of members from their perspective. It can close the gap from teaching to informing, which I believe is very important. All members will hopefully be engaged as part of the learning recruitment skills and ideas. And by using that format, we can encourage them to let others know about this exciting new venture to serve others as we explore ways to develop and recruit new members. One of the ways we can do that, and one of the things that happened with us, is our guiding Lions, PDG Al Russell and Lion Sandy Ige, basically met with us for almost 6 straight months, planning and recruiting and doing a lot of this initial training before we actually chartered. So we actually had brainstorming meetings where we developed a list of ideas and created an open forum for people to be able to share and learn together. And so what that did was we changed the narrative from necessarily training individual officers, which of course our guiding Lions did by spending quality time with us individually, but also using the group format to really foster that improvement of a supportive and inclusive culture as far as developing these new members. Examples of that we could pass on to others include chatting with friends, families, schools, community centers, Better Business Bureau, Chamber of Commerce, community leaders, social media, developing a club burb, local news patch announcements, and the simple act of wearing your pin. Because when people said that pin, there are many occasions where I had that pin on, even when I was working in my career, and people would ask me what that pin was about, and I found myself talking about our new club and the things we were trying to do. It is a tremendous recruiting tool, and it gives you an automatic in to be able to discuss briefly what you're trying to do and it's this great organization that we're a part of. It also is important as guiding Lions to continue to stress to our Lions leaders, especially our Magnificent Seven, the importance of changing the penchant for using I statements and using a we statement. And to that end, one of the benefits I had of having such great guiding Lions was that they always encouraged me to be willing to take ownership of mistakes I made and reminded me that I was new and we were all learning together. And I quickly transformed from taking things personally when things were pointing out or mistakes I have made, to simply being able to say, you know what, I'm still learning this, and hopefully we can all learn together, so please bear with me. I think it's a huge tool to be able to include everyone and foster the idea that all these new Lions are on this journey together. In the area of retention, I believe it's directly, that retention will be directly tied to you as guiding Lions, your involvement and your guidance. And the reason and the way that we do that is by stressing to members that it is their club, and we have to be willing to offer suggestions and then let them figure it out and do it their way. Stressing the importance of the Magnificent Seven to stay humble as leaders, and by modeling ways to engage those quiet members who are still learning and observing to see how they're received, how they're engaged, how they're included is a huge step in retaining new members. It is really important as Guiding Lions that we continue to foster that welcoming culture, that we model and acknowledge those members, both leaders and participants, and thank them for their service and let them know that we see them, because a compliment goes a long way to keeping somebody involved and making them want to stay and feel a part of. We want to encourage focus on recognizing our new Lion strengths while also having a gentle hand in helping them work on their weaknesses. As far as the assessment goes, my hope as Guiding Lions is that you would try to stay at least 2, 3, 4, 5 steps ahead. You should know what's coming before it happens. One of the cases in point is Lion Eleanor just mentioned the taxes. Well, as Guiding Lions and as Lions period, we know that that's something that has to happen. So I would hope that we, I think for us on a personal level, most of us have this internal calendar in our head that we know stuff is coming because we have these years of experience. It's important to be able to put that on paper and help our new club members and in different officers be able to have that, be prepared for that event when it comes so we don't catch them off guard. That includes future events obligations. Are our leaders working as a team? Are they encouraging the general membership and focusing on their strengths? Are we mentoring for disconnect between members? Are we keeping members engaged? Are members encouraged to find and have a voice? What is the club culture? Is there a concern? Our job at that 6-month period would be to review and prepare for new officer selection and board seats, discuss awards coming up, year-end exit plans and review of officer positions, and preparation for the next year. My presentation is fairly simple because I still believe that cultivating relationships, demonstrating and be willing to continue to utilize effective communication skills, and the ability to point out other leaders that are available to support both individual members and the club as a whole are really the keys to being an effective Guiding Lion. That and your commitment to this club long term will hopefully result in what happened in our club, in which at the end of the 2-year period, when our Guiding Lions told us they were going to step aside, we encouraged them to stick around, and both of them continued to attend our meetings until health issues prevented them from doing so. To me, that's a true mark of a Guiding Lion, to where you've made such a strong and significant impact that your guidance will continue to be utilized and wanted by those members that you have helped to learn about Lionism, both at the club level, the district level, and MD4 and internationally. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to contact myself or Lion Mario. I'm very appreciative for the opportunity to share my experiences as being a charter president and what I learned. And I think by maybe utilizing some of the things I've suggested, it will help you along the way to be able to not only foster a strong group conscience among these new members, but also remember that they're new, and basically what you share and what you put out as far as the step-by-step process to learn what it takes to be a Lion will carry a long way in their ability to remain solvent and vital as part of our district and Lions Club International. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Lion Kevin. I'm sorry that I was not advancing the slides. I didn't know that you had gotten that far, because I've also been.
My apologies for not telling you next slide, but like I said, at this point, we've had such great presentations, and most of the information that I was going to share specifically has really already presented on multiple occasions by other presenters. So at this point, I felt like it was important to point out the highlights and then really discuss what I saw in a Guiding Lion and how they impacted us being able to grow and really quickly become a strong club based on the knowledge and support that was provided by our Guiding Lions.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. At this point, I'm going to call on someone who's been actually working on the front lines of this COVID pandemic. He is our second vice district governor. He's from the San Francisco Phil-Am Lions Club, a great leader and someone that I've looked up to. I'll call on Vice District Governor Dr. June Valera to come on up and talk to us about assessing club needs.
Thank you, PDG Mario. Fellow Lions, good morning and welcome to the Certified Lions Program Training. I'm Second Vice District Governor June Valera, presenter for the Section 5 Assessing Club Needs. Please refer to your manual page 34 to 38 as we go along our training session. Next slide, please. Assessing club needs. Using the club assessment will determine the club's needs and areas for development, which includes the following: understanding club responsibilities, club management, service activities, communications, meetings, membership growth, district support, further leadership development. Take note that most of these areas were discussed thoroughly by PDG Ken. Next slide, please. On your checklist, on your manual, these questions are answerable by yes or no. For established clubs, checklist should be completed before the officer training to identify areas that could use improvement and design the training and support accordingly. For new clubs, complete checklist after the first 6 months after the charter to confirm understanding and identify areas that need additional guidance. Next slide, please. Club management. I call this basic knowledge of Lionism. Make sure that the officers are aware of their roles and responsibilities and the training available to support effective club management. We have to ask the officers of their roles and their responsibilities, such as the Magnificent Seven as discussed previously: the president, club secretary, treasurer, club membership chair, club marketing communication chair, club service chair, and LCIF chair. Monthly club reporting indications of club's health status are the MMR, the SAR, as well as their outstanding dues. Next slide, please. Service activities. This is very important because this is the reason why we are Lions, that is to serve. Is there a service chair? Do the clubs have service activities that are visible and relevant? Do other projects the members would rather pursue? The most important is, as far as LCI is concerned, is the metrics. Do we report our service activities? How many Lions participated? How many hours used in the activities? And how many people were served? Next slide, please. In all of these areas that we are assessing, there are some resource link that we can always use. Communications. This is very important because an effective communication plan recognizes the club's effort and makes the community aware of the club's activities. Communication can be internal or external. And we should ask the officers or members of the club, is there a club marketing communications chair? Do they have newsletter? How do they communicate among themselves or among clubs in the district? Do they use phone? Do they have Facebook? Do they email blast each other? Do they use Google Calendar? Do they text? Do they have website, Twitter, Instagram? So these are all important. Next slide, please. Meetings. Poor meetings can ruin a club. Lions leave club because of poor meetings. Do the clubs has a positive, meaningful, productive meeting? Do they conduct their meeting regularly? How about their attendance? How about the involvement of members? How about their tail twisting activity? Do they have an agenda? Do they follow the agenda? Do they start on time? Do they end on time? So what are the things that needs to be improved? Again, as PDG Ken says, your club, your way is a very good resource regarding this area. Next slide, please. Membership growth. Very, very important. Members is the bloodline of our organization. And membership growth is most likely the greatest challenge for our club. What is the history of this club? If this club is established, are they losing or gaining? Are they actively recruiting? Are they involved in service projects? What is their membership plan? Short term or long term? How about this exit interview? This is very, very important. We need to know the reason why Lions leave Lionism or transfer to different club. Very important, that needs to be addressed. Why are members leaving the club and what adjustment need to be made to improve retention? Next slide, please. District support. A strong club makes a strong district. District leadership supports club health and development. What does the district do to the club? Does the club support district projects that are interest to club members? Does district leadership viewed as positive or helpful? Does the district offer officer training? Do they have zone meeting or region training? How does the district functions communicated effectively? Do district event projects that track club competes affects club activities? What support could the district provide? Be sure to let new and existing members know the tremendous opportunity they have for personal growth by participating in the training programs offered by LCI. So there's a lot of opportunity to grow. Next slide, please. Next is
Go right ahead. Continue, Vice Governor.
Next is I would like to touch briefly. Now we have already assessed the needs of the club, but there's no point of assessing the needs if we don't analyze it. So I will briefly discuss on the SWOT analysis. There will be Another training for the SWOT analysis, SOWT. S stands for strength, W weakness, O is opportunity, T is threat. This strength and weakness is internal, and the opportunity and threat is external. So there will be a separate on this. We know when now you assess and analyze it, then we have to form what needs to be done, the goal. So the goal is smart goal. S which stands for is specific, M for is it measurable, A is it achievable, R is it reliable, and T is timely. So that will be your SMART goal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vice Governor. Dr. June, a great presentation by the doctor. And you might notice that we are at 12:04. We are running a little bit later than we had planned, but that's okay. We're getting to the end. And so please hang on with us for just a little while more. At this point, I'm going to ask Lion Venetia to please come on and talk of the San Carlos Lions Club, past president and zone chair, to come and speak to us about guiding lion resources. Lion Venetia, can you open your microphone or should I do it for you?
Yes, I have. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm going to drive this workshop home with just 2 more slides. You have seen today, and as Lion Kevin said, you know, what I'm here to sum up is everything that you've already seen. So hopefully it'll just be a reminder of all the different resources that you have for your perusal and guidance. So you heard from the various presenters this morning, a guiding lion wears many hats in his or her role. The most important role we heard is that it is of commitment. But part of commitment also includes accountability as a guiding lion. Next slide, please.
Am I on the right slide now, or do you want the next one?
Yes, you are on the correct slide.
Okay, got it.
This is a club health assessment. I'm not going to go too far into this, but as a guiding lion, you will receive a monthly club health assessment electronically. And if you can see some of the red arrows here, they're emphasizing information on your club's membership growth or loss, the club's reporting history, whether the club is in good financial standing, the report of service hours, and any club donations made to LCIF. You must be registered as the guiding lion, obviously, for the club to get this. This actually shows the health and status of all the clubs within our district. But this is just another tool continuing from what Dr. June just said about assessing. You have to assess how your club is doing. In your certified guiding lion workbook, and I'm not going to go, there's a lot of pages. From 26 to 43 are step-by-step checklists. And again, it's for, you'll find one for club officer training, individual checklists for every officer position, down to the marketing communications chairperson. Then there's a 5-page comprehensive club assessment form for your guidance, and that's from page 34 to 38. So again, these are just all additional resources for you. And then next is a transition to independence timeline. And this is a great, I know Lion Kevin talked about Lion Sandy and PDG Al Russo. They spent 6 months planning before they even had their charter night. And so this transition to independence timeline actually is a guideline based on the 4 quarters of year 1, and then all the way to be successful at the end of year 2. So it's something that I really encourage as you become a certified guiding lion and you have a club that you want to mentor, that you really spend time with the club officers and go through the checklist and to make sure you can break down the next 2 years to be successful. It's an important planning tool for you. Next, okay, you're at the next one. So these are guiding line resources. And again, you guys have heard everything today. It's important that the district governor and Lions International is informed of the progress of your club that you are chartering or starting. So there is a quarterly report that must be submitted. That's on page 44. And again, we didn't talk about the Presidential Certified Guiding Lion Award, but there is one, and you must comply with all the necessary reports and assessment. And then there's a final report at the end of the 2 years of the guiding lion, and that's found on page 45. So you've heard about and seen ebooks, LCI resources, and this would have been a good time, PDG Mario, if we were to show the actual website and show how to get into the Members Resource Center. But we could talk about that. I mean, you could do that at another time. But again, there's information, brochures, PDFs, and there's even PowerPoint presentations that you can modify for your club. And one of the things I do in San Carlos for our orientation is I have a PowerPoint that I've modified from LCI, and it's amazing to be able to talk through it and be able to make sure that you've hit every spot. And I do give the new orientation guide to everybody. So one other ebook that was not mentioned today, and I hope it's okay for me to mention it, is called the District ebook. And this is mainly for the district governor and the first vice district governor. However, I find that it's very useful because there's a hyperlink there to almost every resource. So even though there might be an ebook for Lion President, but this is a combination of all the ebooks, and it's a great tool. Again, there's support from LCI, but I also, in closing, can't emphasize enough, one of the most important resources we have here in our district is really get to know your global action team and reach out to them. That's why they're here. And don't also forget that we have our esteemed past district governors and other mentors. So as Lions we serve, we want you to be successful as a certified guiding lion. And of course, one more important thing, have fun with this. Enthusiasm is contagious, and as a mentor and as someone that if you're enthusiastic about it, you will get the other members enthusiastic too. So thank you.
Thank you, Lion Venetia. We did have a question for you regarding the assessment from Lion Eleanor, and I think I know the answer to the question. But
okay, go ahead.
What other officers received the club assessment form? And I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, this long list here of all the clubs goes to the district level officers. The district governor, the vice governors would get all the clubs an assessment in this form. I believe that region and zone chairs would only get the assessment based on their few clubs or how many ever clubs that they're responsible for. And as a guiding lion, and I know this because I'm a guiding lion, you will receive an assessment form with just the information for your one club. Is my understanding. Is that what everyone else is understanding?
I was just referring to this chart as it's all the clubs are on there.
Yes. Thank you. And then another comment, and also from Lion Eleanor, is she had a question, which I think is a little bit too in-depth for the purposes of this discussion here today. So I've referred her to a Lion, a experienced secretary. Actually, I'll name her, Yvonne Cantola. But at some point, I do want to finish up our presentation, and then I'm going to open up the microphones if anyone wants to make comments. But I'd like to wrap this up by just talking about my own experience. I'm the guiding lion of the San Francisco Cosmopolitan Lions Club. Now, this morning, Lion John Gill sent me a text, and he said, I filled out the questions. I don't have to attend this morning. I can just, you'll send me the stuff. And I got a little bit testy with them, and I think Lion John probably figured that out. And I'll tell you the reason is that before I became the guiding lion of the San Francisco Cosmopolitan Lions Club, we did not have this sort of training available. So what I did was I went online, I answered the questions, I sent it in, and that was it. That was the extent of my training. After having gone through all this material, I don't think that I've done a fair service to the San Francisco Cosmopolitan Lions Club. And so I'm going to go back to them. I mean, you can learn through training or you can learn through experience. And my experience has been that I've done a poor job this past year as the guiding lion for San Francisco Cosmopolitan. I've already apologized to the president. And so I am so happy that everyone decided to join us here today because all these materials are available. Answering 20 questions does not give you the information to become a proper guiding lion. And so I have learned something. And so I hope you all found this information useful. Lion Kevin, do you want to open your microphone?
Sure. Yes, and I think here's a bottom line. We have a lot of experienced lions in this room. Many of you have been great mentors to me personally in the 8 years I've been a lion, and I'm truly grateful for that. A lot of that is the byproducts of the suggestions made by my guiding lions to engage you, because having a guiding lion that knows who to point a new member in the direction to be able to establish mentorships and learn is extremely vital. With your experience, and even with our newer members, a lot of them who have come from the LEOS program, we have an opportunity to really create a template for success. But that template is not successful if you're not, number one, committed, number two, engaged, and number three, willing to go the extra mile to share your experience and strength and engagement and excitement about being a lion. That's what I learned from our guiding lions. That's what I've learned from all of you. And I think that's what makes a great guiding lion.
Thank you, Lion Kevin. At this point, it is 12:15. We're about 15 minutes over. For you, those of you who wish to be certified as guiding lions, we have the review and the test. I believe the test is on page 41, and then there's a certification. Oh, that's 41 and 42. There's a certification form on page 43. So if you would go ahead and answer the questions and put your name on it, of course. Fill out the verification form. If you would scan and email those forms to mxbdds@aol.com, I will make sure to send those in to Lions Clubs International so that you become certified as a guiding lion. And as we mentioned before, that certification is for 3 years. We sincerely hope that when the district governor calls you, you will be prepared to serve as a guiding lion. Absolutely, circumstances can change. We hope that that you're having attended this course indicates your interest in serving as a guiding lion. And hopefully, as we add new clubs, or as sometimes clubs will struggle, you'll be willing to take them on and to help. Because really, I can tell you that as a guiding lion, you do become a member of another club besides your own. So we hope that this has been a useful session for you. I did have a suggestion from Lion Venetia to go to the page for the Lions Learning Center. So everyone at this point is welcome to log off if you have to go off and do something else. Lion Kevin, are you free to stay on the line here with me for a little while?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Lion Kevin and I, and anyone else who wishes to remain on the line is welcome to stay. We do have a little bit more time for use of this set of this go-to-meeting. I want to thank once again the District Governor, Helen Casaclang, because she was the one who pushed me to do this, and Cabinet Secretary Allison Wilson, who made available the go-to-meeting website, who made the arrangements for the district to have it, and also who was able to get me the materials, or at least point me in the right direction. Once again, fill out the test, answer the questions. I will look at it and I will go over each and every one. If I think that there's too much disagreement between your answer and mine, because quite frankly, they did not give me an answer key, not I found anyway, then maybe I might just give you a call and we'll discuss the answers. But I imagine that basically I'll be taking your scanned responses and verification for me signing it and sending it on to LCI.
Line Mario.
Yes, sir.
Before everyone starts, allow me to just thank you and Line Kevin for this session. It's very valuable, and I want to also congratulate all the presenters because you did very well. And you know, to present even in this format is challenging if you haven't done it before. And so, congratulate all the presenters. This, as a 5-time guiding lion, this is probably the best presentation I've been a part of. And so I really encourage all lions, whether you're going to be a certified guiding lion or not, to really reference this this workbook and this program, because it makes us all better, and it will be better for you and your club and those new clubs. And so I look forward to it, because there's nothing more rewarding than being part of a successful club, especially a brand new club. So thanks again. Hope everyone has a good weekend and be safe.
So PDG Mario,
yes,
about the test for certified guiding lion, I tried to click it. It doesn't have any activity, doesn't move.
Okay, well, on the in your workbook on page 4041, it should be there. I'm not sure that it's clickable. As a matter of fact, I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. But
So
if you go,
so Mario, if I could, PDG,
yes,
you may have to save it on your computer, and then you can utilize the PDF guide, the sign in, the sign and fill portion of the PDF to actually click on the boxes. Governor Helen.
Oh, so I have to go to the email that you sent it to us in the ebook.
Well, if you're not able to save it, you can individually save the 2 pages if you save it to your computer. And then you can just save those 3 pages, the test questions and also the form, and you can sign the form electronically, fill it out electronically, and then you can attach it to an email and send it to PDG Mario.
Okay, let me go to that.
I'm going to thank everyone for all the comments I'm seeing. It's very much appreciated. Lion Kevin and I and all the facilitators, we all worked hard to make the best that we could for you. As a matter of fact, quite honestly, we left it to the facilitators to become the experts in their own sections. Of course, we did look it over. But in any case, I'm going to follow up right now on Lion Venetia's suggestion that we go to the Lions Learning Center. So as you can see on your screens, I've got the, I think it was Lion August who said the address is myapps.lionsclubs, both plural, .org. So that's the page you see here before you. And so if you have not registered yet, you want to register. Once you've registered, you can sign in, and there is the sign in. And then you can see that there are many things. You can go to my LCI, my Lion, you can go to the store. This I've never explored, but over here is the Lions Learning Center. And so if you go to that particular site, and I think it will take us to the next site. Perhaps not.
Yeah, can't get there. Can't get there, Mario.
Say again?
Can't
Lion
get-
August.
Yeah, I can't get there. I'm clicking on it, but it's not going there.
Oh, no. You're looking at my screen.
Oh.
I'm the one who's supposed to be clicking. No, you're going to have to do what Lion August just put the link on there. myapps.lionsclubs.org. As comment at 11:22. Thank you, Lion August. And perhaps because I'm not here. Let's try this.
Okay, I got this. Oops, it's not working. It says this page is not working.
It might be your which internet connection, which what's the word I'm looking for?
I have Comcast. I usually connect right in, but it's not letting me.
It may be that. I had an issue with that earlier, and I utilized Google Chrome and was able to get in directly in.
Were you? Okay.
Okay, well, anyway, we have the, okay, Lion email is saying click on each one, perhaps because I'm sharing the screen. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just 1 second, if you all will. And I'm going to try and click it again here. There we go. Now I got movement. There we go. Okay, so now I'm back to you
While
guys.
you're trying to figure this out, Governor, I did want to point out to Eleanor, yes, line Eleanor, for some reason, Google works much better in getting to all of the Lions links. For some reason, Safari or some of the others don't always connect correctly.
Yes, right. I'm aware of that. What's happening is I clicked on one go and I got the other. What I got was insights instead of learning. That was interesting. That was very interesting.
Let's see now. Okay.
Lion Roger. Hi, this is Lion Roger. Yul and I, we cannot even connect either, so we have to do it later. Is that okay for everyone? Thank
No,
you,
that's
PDG.
fine. That's fine. And I thank everyone for being here. You know, you can see the screen.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, go ahead. We just got a new link from Lion August that says learn.lionsclub.org, and perhaps that will take us to another site. So anyway, the main point is that we want everyone to take advantage of the resources. Don't make the mistake I did as a guiding lion. Explore these areas and take your club officers to these areas so that they can learn what their jobs are about. And again, you can learn through experience, trial and error, but I think it's much better to get the training and to let them know exactly what is expected of them as club officers and as lions. So again, Lion Kevin and I are going to be remaining on the line for a while yet. Anyone who wants to leave are welcome to do so. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your commitment. I think, you know, go and explore the resources that have been given. If you have not received the resources that I sent by email, please email me or call me. If you have questions, call me or Lion Kevin or anyone else. I mean, you know, for instance, we had questions here regarding secretary reporting. Honestly, I don't know the answer to those questions. I referred them to Lion Yvonne, who's been a secretary so many times. There's also Lion Denise Kelly. Lots of people. We're rich in people who are willing to help. You're never going to know all the answers. I'm a past governor. I'm a GLT chair. I don't know all the answers. Don't try and BS your way through answers. Just someone who knows better answers than you have and go with it. That's it.
Mario's admitting he doesn't have all the answers. Helen Casaclang doesn't know any answers.
Ooh, hold on, Ken.
It's important to know where to find it.
He doesn't know any questions. All she has is questions. She doesn't know where the fucking head is.
Uh-oh. Ken, your mic is open.
Yeah, be more kind, Ken.
Okay. Apologize for that, folks. A mic was open. I am quite sure that PDG Ken did not mean for that to go out on the air.
Mario,
I apologize. I apologize, Governor.
Mario,
Yes,
can you hear
sir.
me?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me? Okay, so here's the thing. The questions I posed, I know the answers to. I was only posing the questions as, could we also cover those things? The reason being that I know from working with a multitude of clubs, not just in this district, but everywhere, that the greatest confusion with clubs, whether they're new, especially from 1 to 5 years old, and some older clubs, do not understand the taxes. They do not understand the structure of the financials that we have to do. They don't understand the voting procedures. They don't understand the dues structure, when to pay it and when the bills come out, and how to access it quickly and how to pay quickly if in fact they're coming up, it's coming up that they haven't paid. So these are very detailed and rudimentary things that I think help clubs to have an easy way of having their meetings when they know how to do these things easily. That ease, that we can give them in detail, I think is what saves members and saves clubs from dispersing. And I know that.
Can I respond? Can I respond?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I can only, so here's what I remember. At my charter night, you walked up and introduced yourself to me and offered your club support, which you guys have done magnificently, and I truly thank you. I'm not sure what happens in other clubs, but I can share my experience having the Guiding Lions that we had. And one of the things that happened was, and one of the things I spoke about was about that timeline, that internal timeline that we as experienced Lions have. And so while you're passing on this plethora of information to these new Lions, the question is, at what point do you introduce it? And how do you use your internal clock to know when the proper time is to use it? Because what happened for us is that right around, we chartered in May, okay? And we didn't have to, our first 990 was not much because we had just started. But when came at the end of the halfway point of that new fiscal year, about 2 months ahead, our Guiding Lions started planting that seed. The other thing that happened is that we were encouraged to attend the treasurer's training, and we sent our whole Magnificent Seven all went to that first initial treasurer's training, so everybody was aware. And PDG Ken made that presentation, and it was not only informative, but it planted the seeds of what our club was able to do as far as knowing what was coming and being prepared. For example, not only filing the taxes, but also ensuring that we have a $4,000 nest egg in perpetuity in case there's ever something that comes up legally and financially with the various powers, IRS, Department of Justice, state, all of it. So I think as Guiding Lions, we have that opportunity, which is what we're talking about here, to be able to figure out the time based on your internal clock and calendar about how much information you're going to provide initially. Do you plant that little seed and kind of set up a template of dates that are important so that the treasurer and the leadership knows and also the members know, and you're using that as the teaching model so that they are continuing to be able to move forward and get where they're supposed to get and stay on point?
Right. Well, what I'm talking about is that nowhere in the writing of this do we have that detail. And while everything you're saying is absolutely great and wonderful, and that's really how it works, and it may come up in the financial training, yes. However, it still needs to be in the Guiding Lion packet, I believe, because again, this is the greatest confusion that tear clubs apart when clubs say to us, oh my God, I had no idea. I didn't know, and they don't know. And that is the truth. So it has to be a little bit more succinct is all I'm asking for. And if we could put that in there, I do understand their problem very, very well. And I would like to see it in this packet, because this packet is so good and so full of the right and most important things that I think this one extension would add greatly to helping them move ahead with some ease. And this is true. What I'm saying is true for clubs that are new, brand new, up to 5 years. They have this problem, and it continues. It's like a virus, if you will, no pun intended here, but it's like a virus in a club. And when there is no one there to answer those questions and to get them on the right track financially, and understanding this clearly, especially how it affects the overall workings with the district, because paying their dues and having their financials in order put them on status quo, and they can't vote,
All right,
and
so
they can't raise money, they can't do anything.
okay,
So,
Eleanor, I certainly understand where you're coming from with this.
yeah.
And I do think that you're making valid points. But my contention is that you as a guiding lion, especially since you have that emphasis, and it's been emphasized in this meeting, would hopefully carry forth with that. In addition, if one of your keystones of your role as guiding lion is to pass on this importance and encourage those officers and members, as many as possible, to attend that treasurer's training, then that's going to come up in that treasurer's training. In addition, if you also have them assigned to a treasurer mentor, that mentor would also make sure that the treasurer is aware and share that. So between those three different arms, my hope is that would be something that would be carried forward. One of the things that we've struggled with over the past few years is that when we built up these new clubs, the guiding lions weren't as present. And I think that points to the issue with some of the clubs that have been established over the past 5 years not moving forward because they weren't provided the guidance, and they didn't have the commitment from their guiding lions to ensure that they stayed on point with in these areas.
Right. Well, good. I mean, I see it as a very hidden problem that causes great problems within a club when every
You're absolutely right. But my contention is that you as a guiding lions, and with your emphasis on that point, and other guiding lions having had this discussion today, that would be something that we as a district would make the commitment to ensure that doesn't happen anymore, and we carry and change that narrative moving forward.
That is great. That is great. Thank you very much, Kevin.
Yes, and Lion Eleanor, I will go ahead and submit your commentary to the Guiding Lion Department at LTI. Perhaps in the future they will include it as part of the program, and perhaps Lion Kevin next year will include it. Because we can, we take their PowerPoint presentation. Some of the slides, most of the slides are the original slides from LCI. Some of the slides were sent to me by the from the facilitators when they wanted to elaborate more. It is something that we might possibly include in future trainings. So again, thank you for the comment.
And I certainly think we could make that, a point of emphasis because it is truly important. So thank you, Eleanor.
Yes, yes, and we take all comments. Absolutely, we don't mind comments. And I see that we still have 21 people on the line here. And as we're going through, I mean, I'm just going through the club officer training module here, and you can see that they give you some information at the top, and then as you go down they ask you some questions, and I'm doing it quickly obviously, but as you answer the questions, you just, insofar I'm doing okay. And, you know, it just gives you the kind of training, and it gives, you know, in a new club, some may be experienced Lions, some will be brand new Lions. And this is an area where people can go, oh, those are a little easy. I thought that they were more difficult. Okay. But in any case, this is what the training page looks like. And so for those of you that are still on the line, thank you for continuing on. Does anyone else have any more commentary? Because we'll take all comments, good, bad, you know, you stink, you did great. We appreciate all of them. And we're continuing to go. Thank you for answering that question line, Kevin, by the way, and thank you for the question line, Eleanor.
Yeah, my question also, can we just print the test question and scan it and send it to you?
Yes, yes, absolutely. And that's really, I didn't know that there was a printer, a PDF that you could fill out online. I expected everyone to take the pages out of the book, fill it out, put the name on, scan it, and email it to me. That's what I was expecting. I didn't know that there was another way to do it. So I just learned something, and really, that is, yeah, that's what I was expecting everyone to do. So if you can do it on the fillable PDF and send it to me, that'd be great. Otherwise, you know, you can print it, fill it out, make sure you put your name on it. There's also the verification form, and please send those to me, mxbdds@aol.com.
This
yes,
is Emo.
yes, House Council Chair Emo. Glad to have you on the line. Thanks for being here.
I just wanted to remind everyone to use the GLT, GMT, and GST because they receive an awful lot of information during the year, and they can answer a lot of the questions you have. It's especially important in new clubs to be involved with the GMT so they can guide you through and answer a lot of these questions that you have. GLT can come in and do the training for your new club, and they're more than willing to do that and help out all new clubs. So it's very important to get them involved from the beginning. Even when you're starting a new Lions Club, you should get GLT and GMT involved because they have a lot of information provided to them that you may not have available to you as a regular line or even a guiding line. So I just thought I would mention that.
Thank
So
you,
if I've got that correct, Emil, are we supposed to let you know when we have a new club that's starting?
And
right.
they've been provided with information and names so they can submit them quickly for you.
Right. Well,
so,
we have already filled out all the forms. Everything is ready to go. It's just a matter of getting it in there, which I just want to have the governor's signature on it. That's all. So that's all we're waiting for. Okay, but we will let them know. Very good. Thank you.
Hello, Dr. Mario. This is Margaret. Can
Margaret.
I say a few comments about today's?
Sure, please do. Thank you, and thank you for your participation today, Margaret. You did a great job.
I within 1 minute of my time, I just want to say I've been with the Lions district for 20 years, and this is my third time attending Guiding Lion, and I am so moved that I have learned so much within these few hours. From 10 until now is only 12:40. Okay, I have received so much information in such a short time, all the way from our district governor, Helen, from Fanny. Okay, I'm not used to looking at her on. Hi, Fanny, thank you. And then with June and all the way up to Venetia, I have learned so much. I want to keep this video. I hope it's recorded because when I have time, I am definitely go back to learn some more, to review the data. Okay, referring by this nice workbook that we have and all the PowerPoints that you sent to us by the GLT team. Okay, I just feel so blessed that I'm involved with this district. We're so organized, and thanks to Mario and Kevin, you know, we spent time meeting, organizing with all the reminders. So I think this is a wonderful group, and I want to do this more. I mean, meaning that we're going to invite more, and then we have so many experienced, so many experienced lions. I want to find and learn from every single one. Over 1,500 members. I want to learn from all of you. Thank you.
Margaret, we learned so much from you. Thank you for your participation once again. And I think, this is the first time doing this. We're learning on the fly. I'm sure I'm going to ask Lion Allison on some new tricks to do on GoToMeeting. I'm a little bit more experienced with Zoom, but this was great. I think it worked out. And as I said, if you're gonna run a program like this, have a practice run first. We got together with the facilitators. We started going through it, and then we ran into so many snags, and then Kevin and I sat down together and we figured out how to get past those snags and what we were doing wrong. And I think today went pretty well as far, maybe remind people to watch what they say. But I think it worked out. And so I want to thank everyone for taking part in it, and what is a new modality for us.
Somebody has their phone on at the same time. Thanks.
There we go. Now I can see everybody. Hi, how's everybody doing?
Great.
Great.
I can't turn my camera on.
Okay, there we go.
Did someone turn their phone off?
I'm gonna mute everybody for just a second, and if you want to say something, go ahead and open your microphone. But someone's got. Hi, Venetia.
I can't turn my camera on.
The back feed
With a
is caused
submarine.
by somebody being on the computer.
Sorry, Allison, I cut you off. I'm sorry. Can you open your microphone again?
I was just saying that sound is because somebody has their telephone on and the computer on at the same time, and they need to turn the phone off.
Correct.
Okay, so to save our ears, I muted everyone again. And I don't have my phone on. I think I'm the only one with an open microphone right at the moment. Does anyone else have anything that they'd like to talk about? Okay, I'm not hearing anything. Looking over the comments. Maybe it's my microphone. I don't know.
Unmuted.
It's Venetia's phone. Venetia, your phone is too close.
I'm not on a phone.
You have your
Phone.
phone.
Sorry, guys. I muted everyone again. So if anyone has anything else they need to say, I'm checking the chat box. I'm not seeing any more comments. Does anyone else have anything else that they'd like to say? Otherwise, I'm going to let everyone go. It's 1:45, and I want to thank everyone for their participation. Lion Dr. June, I see you. Lion Fanny, nice to see you. Governor, thank you once again for giving us the opportunity to do this guiding lion training, and I'm hoping that everyone, bye Venetia, nice to see you. Thank everyone for their comments, good, bad. If you have any suggestions, please send them to Lion, Kevin, and me. I'll be looking forward to getting your test questions. Don't forget to put your name on it. Send me the verification form, and I promise I'll get those into LCI as soon as I receive them. Lion Venetia, I've got yours already. I've got some from Jimmy Ness and Malite. Who else? Anyway, please go ahead and send them in, and we'll get those. We'll get you all certified. I'm going to be saving them. When you do send them in, don't forget to save a copy to your computer, because as try as I might, and I'm going to do my very best to get them in, make sure you keep a backup. just in case I make mistakes. I am capable of mistakes. I screw up a lot. So anyway, thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, PDG Mario.
Thank
I
you.
hope we can do another session.
Yes, 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 yes.
What would you
I
like
have
to do, Governor?
Yeah, I have a lot of guiding lions that are interested, and I don't know why I don't see them registered today. So I
Okay.
hope we can do one more for the specialty club coordinators.
Thank you.
Yes,
We need
Governor.
it.
And we also have this recorded, and this will be available for anybody that
Oh,
missed
yes, absolutely, Governor.
Okay,
And
good.
Allison, I need you because I don't know, have you you've recorded this, and I assume that this is going to be saved, and hopefully we'll be able to post it or to refer people to it. So, Allison, do you happen to know how that?
We can post this on our website, Lions 4C4. Helen, can you mute your phone?
I do not have a phone.
Oh,
I'm not using any phone.
anyway, I'll just post it.
Okay, Allison, open your phone again, please.
Line Allison, you're still muted.
Okay, there we go. I'll be glad to post it. I was also going to say, if you'd like, I can send a link to the recording and the documents to everybody that was on this call, if you'd like.
Yes, absolutely, Allison. That would be great. I think this is a great modality. Thank you for bringing it. The district is available if someone needs to run their own training program. I mean, maybe I'm talking out of turn, but
No, absolutely. This program, GoToMeeting, is good for a year. It's for all district use. And that's why we set it up underneath the email of district4c4@gmail.com, so that our guiding lions and our district can do trainings.
However, I will caution that if you go to use it, that you communicate your use of it and when you're going to use it to Lion Allison, so that there is no conflicting meetings being scheduled at the same time. I think the program won't let you do it that way, but sometimes people want to jump on and have a quick meeting. Am I correct in that?
Exactly. What's interesting about this program is you can have a virtual meeting, i.e. it can last the entire weekend. So if you want to have a getaway, you can do that. It's also good for up to 295 people at a time, but we've only paid for one person or one usage. So you cannot have two meetings going on at the same time. So if we can coordinate it, we can use it. We can use it, for example, for setting our new clubs up and perhaps having the guiding lions and the GLT, GMT, GST on the same phone call answering questions, and the DG. Oh, you're muted, Mario. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
No, I'm going to say that I did find it useful to have two computers going on at the same time. I had one here where I was running the PowerPoint presentation. This is just some hint, where I was running the PowerPoint presentation. Over here on a separate computer, I had the chat box open so I could see what was going on there, and I could see what you were seeing. That's why at one point I interrupted Ken because the slides was not advancing over here on this screen. I had email open and I had a cell phone. I had my cell phone so I could receive texts. It's kind of helpful to have because you don't want to tie up your main computer where you're running the slideshow. It's nice to have a couple of different computers going on around you at the same time. That's just a hint. I found that helpful.
That's nice. And I admire you for the professionalism and how you ran this seminar. So I'm going to be asking you for when we set up our cabinet meeting and how to run that successfully so everyone can talk and present.
Very good. Well, I'm happy, and now that I've done it, I feel a little bit better. Allison, you weren't there when we did the dry run. It was a disaster. It was a have a dry run before you run a meeting because especially if you got a lot of people. because there I learned how to work the microphones, you learn how to do all the different things. There is a little bit of a learning curve. And so,
yes, there is.
So that dry run I had with the facilitators was very helpful.
Good, it is. It is important. Thank you.
So does anybody else have anything more that they'd like to share? The microphone is yours if you do.
Look at the chat. Look at your chat.
I guess we all spoke at the same time. This is Doris. I do thank you for the presentations and all the information, and I enjoyed listening from all of you. Thank you. Lord bless.
Line Doris.
Yes.
I want to sample an empanada someday.
Oh yeah, yeah. Next meeting we have, I'll bring some.
You can show it to me over the screen. But, thank you. Lion Doris, at least some empanadas to run against her, and we appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you to everyone. Thank you, PDG Mario, Lion Kevin. Thank you, Lion Allison. Thank you for your support.
Okay, everyone, I think we've kind of exhausted what we need to talk about. Unless anyone has any final questions, I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting. Anyone, raise your hand now if you've got a question. You can wave goodbye if you don't have a question. And I'll thank you, everyone. Kevin, thank you once again, Governor, Allison, and most importantly, everyone who took part today. So that's it. I'm signing off. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, August. You were a great help.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see ya.
Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, it was good, man. Did you want to chat a minute, or you got something else to do?
No, I don't have anything else to do. We can chat. You know, people are still on the line here, but you know, you and I can talk. You know, we learned something. We need to warn people what they post and say with the microphone open. That's unfortunate.
Do you want? Excuse me for interrupting.
Sure.
Do you want me to stay recording this meeting, or do you want